Welcome to the Chiefs Way. Now mash that subscribe button or drop and give me 50!
Hey YouTube, today I'm doing a update video on a video I'd done recently where I tried to use this Jackery 880 with a 1000-watt inverter to run this Tran Furnace. And we weren't able to make that happen because whenever there was a call for heating, the furnace would give a check igniter error. So I had just went out and started doing some research and see if we can cure this problem, because I mean, you ought to be able to run your furnace with 120 volts. So the first information I found was from a gentleman who had done a video where he had the exact same check igniter error when running it off of his generator, but he was using a normal generator, non-inverter type, and his solution was this capacitor, which is a 30 microfarad capacitor. It's basically a starting cap for a large motor, and he put that in in parallel with his hot and his neutral, and that cleaned up the power and got rid of the the error, and his furnace cycled fine. So I wasn't sure if I was kind of sure that the Jackery put out clean power, but I went and got myself a capacitor and I hooked it up, and it still didn't cure the problem. But it's a very good video that this gentleman made about this cap, so I'll put it in the description below. So I continued looking into the problem, and I found people that would have like inverter generators that couldn't run their furnaces for one reason or another. And the cure was that a lot of generators, and in case of this Jackery also, the neutral and the ground is not bonded. If we look at this Jackery here, we can see that there really isn't a ground plug on it. There's just this big open plastic oval opening for the ground portion of your plug to go into. So what I did is I went out and I found this item. This is a neutral ground bonding plug. So you would plug this into your generator, okay, and then it would bond the neutral and the ground and fix those problems. But in the case of this Jackery, there is no real ground plug here at all. It's just a place for the round portion of your ground plug to go into. So this was the solution. I got a Y adapter. Okay, this is uses 14 gauge, I believe it's 14 gauge wire, which is good as 15 amps, which is plenty for this furnace. I mean, this furnace with an amp meter, I saw it only surged up to like 9 amps. So what I'm going to do is this will plug into the Jackery. I will plug the neutral ground bonding into one leg, and then the other leg will be use an extension cord and plug it into the furnace, and we'll see if bonding the neutral ground will fix our problems and we'll be able to run this Tran Furnace. So let's find out. Okay, so I got the Y connector, the Y connector in the Jackery, and I got the neutral ground bonding plug in the end. So let's do a continuity check, and we'll see if we do have our neutral and ground bonded together. Okay, so I got a small meter here. Okay, let me get this in here. Okay, I got it in, and we can see on our meter that our neutral and our ground is bonded. Okay, now we're all hooked up with an extension cord. Okay, this is a size 12 wire, which is, plenty big enough for this. And it's plugged into our easy generator switch. So I'm going to switch from normal, which is the grid, to off. Okay, it's off. So now I'm going to turn on the AC power of the Jackery. Okay, you see we're on. I'm going to switch over our easy generator switch to generator. Okay, well, okay, now we're pulling 10 watts. So 10 watts is going to be the idle consumption of this furnace. So let's see if we get the, see if we can find it. And we can see the LED in there is just constantly blinking. So that means everything is normal. So let's get a call for heat and we'll see what happens. If you remember the last time we had a call for heat, this light went from constantly blinking to 9 blinks and a pause. And that was our error code, which if we decoded the error, it was a check igniter. So let's go get a call for heating. All right, we have a call for heating now. Our inductor motor is running, and what we would have seen, if we look over here, it's pulling 107 watts. Okay, so our induction motor is running. Okay, if we look in, you see that our burner's turned on. So our burners are running. So far, it appears that everything is working as it should by adding this ground neutral bond plug. So what should happen next is the main house blower, which is down here, should turn on. And there it goes. As we look over here now we're pulling around 475, 476 watts. Okay, so that includes the 10 watts that is our static, just power consumption. You know, about 106 from the induction motor, and the rest is going to be from the big house blower. And we're seeing that everything is running. So, the new question is, can you run the Jackery? Use the Jackery to run your furnace? Well, the answer is yes, as long as you bond the ground and neutral together. Okay? Because in the paperwork for this neutral ground bonder, says it fixes problems of electrical circuits that can detect an open ground. So that might have been what was going on here. The control board, which is down here, detected open ground. It didn't like the fact that it was open and wouldn't make heat. So if you like this information, please like and subscribe, and I'll put a link to this device and this Y connector down in the description. All right, have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.